take it too bad. Chickaboom! Mike's Music Method. Come on in, everybody. Today we are bringing you a old favorite of mine. An old favorite, Don't You Take It Too Bad by Townes Van Zandt. I used to cover this song. Love this song. Like, we're talking 20 years ago. Used to just nerd out on this song. Blisslip over in the MMM Discord requested it, and just because he gave a kind request, I did it. I tabbed this one out a super long time ago, and I'm revisiting it, so we're going to learn it here together. But if you're new to Mike's Music Method, a few little notes. Timestamps are down below. They're your best friend. I'm going to walk you through every single measure, what the right and the left hand are doing. So depending on your skill level, you may jump ahead a little bit, repeat things a whole bunch, and go at your own pace. All the tabs are free to download. What a guy, free to download at mikesmusicmethod.com. But of course, if you're getting great value, snag the first few for free. But if you're getting some good value, please give some back. That's how this works. It's the value for value system. We're going to go through every measure. It's going to take a while because we're overturning every stone, investigating every fingerprint. But then we are going to talk about singing and playing together, and we're just going to put a chord chart up on the screen. I'm realizing a lot of you guys, especially a lot of my students, they want to learn all the details, which I applaud. That's what we're doing here at Mike's Music Method. But don't beat yourself up, right? Sometimes you just want to play the song 70% correct, but play it for friends and have it as a campfire song, and then spend some other harder time getting all the details. So later on, we'll do a section called Singing and Playing Together, where we'll talk all about that, making it easy, how to sing to it. And then at the very end of the video are the slow run-throughs, where I do a slow run-through of each section, and that's great for practice. You can follow along with me. Boom! So that's it. Don't You Take It Too Bad. It is a flat picking tune. I've got a whole playlist here of flat picking songs. If you know your C, F, and G chord, dive right in. This is, I don't want to say it's a beginner piece, but it isn't super complicated. Everyone's going to learn from this. And if you're a more advanced player, my challenge is I dare you to try to get this to sound as fluid and beautiful and have that same finesse and touch like Townes, because it is hard. Even though you can wing it and make it simple, it's hard to get it spot on. Let's do it! Shikoom, measure one. I'm only wearing the Dahmer glasses because I get eye strain from these lights and these computers, so bear with my aviator Dahmer glasses. This song is in 3/4. I would prefer to use my fingers, but Townes uses a pick. You're going to get a crisper sound with the pick, but we'll talk about both. But let's just get into it. We could talk technique a little later. So the first measure is just a pickup beat. We got 1, 2, 3, and I have a normal C chord down with my left hand. I'm strumming the 5th, 4th, and the 3rd strings. And I'm stopping on that 3rd string and then hitting it again. So it's 1, 2, 3, and the song's in 3/4, right? Then we got measure 2, our first cool little lead. So we're on that C chord, but we kind of lift the middle finger here. And I'm going to hammer open to 2 on the 3rd string. And then I'm hitting the 2nd string. I'm still fretting the C chord. And then I'm hammering again. So it's, those hammers are on the downbeats. They're fast hammers though. Hammer, hit, hammer. So the first 2 measures, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4. 1, 2, pick up. And if you want, you could lift up that C chord. Sounds better holding it down. Then measure 3 here, we have a G chord. Pick that 6th string. And I'm just brushing down, up on that 2 and 3 and. So it's pick, 2 and 3 and pick, 2 and 3 and. You can skip ahead if you're using a pick, but if you are using your fingers, quick note here, I would do all these single notes with my thumb. So, well, sometimes I'm using my pointer, but I could use my thumb. But these single picks I'm doing with my thumb, and then I'm strumming with my index finger, where I'm going down with the nail of my pointer. I guess I can show you here too, I got 2 cameras. And then I'm brushing up with the pad of my pointer finger. And that is a really awesome technique. I've done tons of songs like this. Blaze Foley's Moonlight Song is a gorgeous one to dive into. And if you really want to get this like loose pointer finger flick, check out my video on Blackbird by the Beatles, Paul McCartney. A lot of people don't teach that song right. I mean, the versions are fine. I'm not knocking them. But the way Paul McCartney does it is he does this pointer finger flick. It's technically not like a Travis Pick song. So if you really want to nail that technique, go watch those videos. Otherwise, you're going to get good practice here, so don't feel like you have to go watch those. But most people, I think, are probably using a pick. I don't know. It's your call. Really don't have a preference. Townes is using a pick, though, as I already said. Let's go to measure 4 here. We are going to pick the 6th string and then quickly do the 3rd. There are 2 ways to handle this. You can do a quick down, down, which is like the drag approach. We're just letting gravity do the work. 6-3, 6-3. Or you could strict alternate pick where I'm going to go down, up, because it is on the and beat. 1 and. And I'm including those things underneath the little rhythm bars underneath the tab in this video because I think it is important. Because I can look at this measure and go, oh yeah, because the first 2 notes are connected. It's 1 and 2, 3 and. So I have 1 and 2. So it's up to you how you want to handle those first 2 notes, whether you're doing a down, down, or a down, up. But then the strumming is definitely down, down, up. So sorry if I didn't say this. In the last measure, it was just a normal G7 chord. And you'll notice I'm never putting my middle finger down because I'm skipping over that string all the time. So I'm not bothering even fretting the A string. But the last measure was a G7. Now we add our pinky to the 3rd fret of the B string. And it's still the same G7 chord. And note the rhythm, 1 and 2, 3 and. That's the same as last measure. And I'm doing here, because it's a strum, I am going to do pick, up, pick, 6, brushing the top 3 with an upstroke, brushing the top 3 with a down, and then another down, up. And you'll notice that all the, what we call downbeats, right? 1, 2, 3, those are all down strums, and the upbeats are all up strums. So that's an easy way to frame it. Down, up, down, down, up. 1 and 2, 3 and. If any of this gets complicated, I've got an awesome ebook called Strum It Like a Cowboy. Go check it out. It's at mikesmusicmethod.com and link down below. That will get you up to speed, a full, 100-something pages, several hours of video accompanying it if you want to get better at strumming. Or you get better just by practicing the song. So let's do measure 2, 3. That very last up strum, I'm lifting my left hand pinky. That's the only thing I didn't do there. So 2, 3, pick up, down, down, lift the pinky there. Pick up, down, down, up, pick. Measure 6, we got our first little walk. It's just going to go G, A, B, 3rd fret, open on the 5th, 2nd on the 5th. But in between all of those, he's hitting the 3rd string open. And I am doing pick, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 6th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 5th again with the 2nd fret, 3rd. Then we end on the note C, because the next measure is a C chord here in measure 8. And it's just pick, down, down, up. That last up, he moves to an F chord. So it's 1, 2, 3, and. So on that F, we got to look ahead because in measure 8 coming up, we've got a big F chord where we got to get that low note. But then further ahead in the song, we have a lot of open to 2 hammer-ons on the F chord. So this is really one of these songs where you probably want to do the thumb over the top. If you struggle with bar chords, I have 2 videos you can check out. One is this one, Are Bar Chords Overrated? And then the second one I can't link to, but just search Mike's Music Method. I don't know. I'll link that down below as well, but it's an entire video I talk about bar chords. I think it's a live stream, and I can't link to the live streams up here, but I do have a few videos on bar chords that if you struggle, check those out. They may be helpful. But for this song, I'm going to assume you know how to do the thumb over the top. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit trickier. So let's try this measure 8 here. I'm doing 6, 3, and I'm picking down, up. Then I'm going to do my first down strum, down, up. But on the second up, I'm switching it to a C chord. So 6, 3, down, down, up is back to the C chord. 2, 3, 2, 3. And then measure 9, we just strum the C down again. So let's put that together. 3. That's the intro. Now would be the perfect moment Timestamps are down below. Go to the end of this video, click on slow run through of the intro, and spend time getting that perfect. One thing you can do is focus on your tone. I don't want you to just know the notes. I don't care if you learn all the song in a day. I'd rather have the first 4 measures be totally beautiful with good feel. So after you play it a bunch, put on nice headphones, listen to Townes play it, listen to him play it in slow motion, and really try to emulate how Townes is doing it. And eventually put him in slow motion, wear your headphones, and try to strum along with him and see if you can ace it. Not only the notes and the rhythm, but the feel of it as well. All right, measure 10, I guess it's technically the intro, but it's a pickup beat into the verse. So check out the measure 10 here. You would strum that C in 9, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and he's just doing this cool little pickup into it, and it's 1, 2, and 3, and they're all opens. He's doing open on the high E, open on the 6, open on the 2nd, and then right into an F chord. So 1, 2, and 3, and F. And here he starts singing. This measure here, 11, we just pick the 6, strum down, down, up. There I'm making it an F sus2 by lifting my middle finger, so that G string has to ring out open. If you're already annoyed that you can't do the thumb over the top, just replace all those low Fs with this high F. It's gonna be fine, you'll be okay. Don't hurt yourself if that thumb over the top's really bugging you. Measure 12 takes some delicate finesse here. It's similar to what we did on the C, but trickier. So what we're gonna do is hammer on the 3rd string, open to 2, but I'm still in this F chord position. I'm hammering open to 2 here. Then I'm just gonna hit the 2nd string. So hammering the 3rd, then I'm doing an up strum after that. So it's pick with the hammer, then another down strum. So down, down, then I'm gonna strum up. Pick down, up strum. And then the ending, we go back to the hammer on. So we got a hammer on open to 2, so I'm trying to get the feel here. Open to 2. And then I'm going to pull off, but at the same time I'm going to strum up. And don't worry if you can't really do the pull off. It's hard to tell if he's just strumming again. There's some element of like pull that I hear. So he's pulling off while he's strumming up. If you can't do all that, it's fine to just hammer on and then strum up without really pulling it. It's a real subtle difference in sound. So that measure together, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Then 13's back to an F chord, just hit the 4th string, pick, down, down, up. That's it, pick, down, down, up. And then 14, we've seen that before in measure 8. It's just a 6, 3, down. Measure 15, C chord. Just picking the 5th string, down, down, up. Another cool walk in 17 here. Similar rhythm to what we did a moment ago in 12 on that F chord. But here I'm going to hammer the 4th string open to 2. Then I'm going to brush up delicately on the top 2 or 3 strings. Whoop. 3rd string open, so 4th with the hammer, up strum, 3rd string, up strum. That's the first 2 beats. Then the last beat's tricky again because we have that hammer on pull off idea. Hammering open the 2 on the 4th string, then the moment I up strum, I'm kind of pulling off that string. Again, the pull off, it doesn't really matter too much. I don't know why I'm obsessing about that. You can just lift your finger and up strum. Shoo! Guys, Mike's music method is made possible through the value for value model. That means I'm putting in my time, my talent, my eye strain from these screens and lights, but I'm doing my best to bring you guys great educational content. I'm not giving you clickbait. This isn't infotainment. I know I can make a million different videos about stupid guitar related stuff that's like fun to listen to and like, oh, that's fun. Oh, but Are you really learning? The whole goal here at Mike's Music Method is to bring you real songs as accurate as possible. I transcribe these myself with my nice headphones on, taking my time, note for note, and then I bring them to you in hopefully a fun and digestible way. And that's what I'm doing here. It's a labor of love, and I'm simply asking the value for value model. You can set up a monthly recurring payment on PayPal. You can do Patreon. You can snag a membership on my website. You can snail mail me a check, Venmo, BTC. It's all there at mikesmusicmethod.com. One last thing, and then we'll move on, is support what you love. Support what you want to see more of in the world, okay? So if you want to see more tutorials and good guitar education on country and outlaw, whatever this is, the genre is, outlaw country, folk, blues, support it. And if you don't support things in your life that you love, they tend to go away. That's the value for value model. What's it worth to you? Onward with the song. If you haven't noticed, this song is very heavily swung, right? Boom, ga, long, short, long, short, long, short. I'm sure you picked up on that. I don't like counting rhythm. For me, I just try to feel it intuitively. Guys are doing awesome. We're more than halfway there. We will talk about singing and putting the lyrics in place later because I know it's easy to get lost, but let's get through it first so we know all the parts. Here in 17, C chord, pick the 5th, down, up, down, up. On the last up, I'm just putting my pinky down on the 3rd fret of the high string, the high E. So pick, down, up, down, up, pick, down, up, down, up, pick, down, up, down, up. 18, we just do pick, down, down, up, with the pinky still down. 1, down, down, up. And G chord here, pick, down, down, up. The rhythm here in 20 is a little tricky. I'm hammering open to 2 quite quickly. It's a 16th note, followed by an up strum. That's all you need to know is it's a quick hammer followed by an up. And it's on a G chord. You'll notice I'm lifting my ring finger off now because I don't need it to get a nice clean hammer on that A string. So quick hammer, up strum. Right after that, I'm missing the down. I'm missing beat 2. So 1 and miss and 1 and miss up. Pick up, miss up. It's important, make sure you got that. And then the ending, I'm going to do that hammer on pull off again. So open 2 and then an up strum. That note. So this one I am hearing that pull off sound. So I'm back to obsessing on the pull off. Like that. And then right when I do the up strum, pulling off there. Hard to get that as clean as Townes does. So that whole measure, 2, 3, 2, 3. 21, a G chord. It's just 6, pick down, down, up. Then that cool walk again. Back to a C chord. Down, down, up again. Sorry. 5th, down, down, up. So on that C chord in measure 24, we're beginning the first ending, right? So this is the end of the verse. We repeat, and Townes gives us some different endings throughout the song. Because this is one of these beautiful tunes where it's just the same sequence again and again. And it's so freaking awesome that he doesn't even need a chorus. Townes is that good. We don't even need a chorus. It's the chorus is built into the verse. Someone comment below, there's a difference between a chorus and a refrain. Don't think twice, it's all right. When the verse ends with that line, then it's a song that's a chorus or a refrain. I know there's a technical difference that I don't know. But anyway, so we're on ending 1. We did it on that C chord. Now we're measure 25. He goes to a C7 chord here. And we're just putting our pinky down like a normal C7, right? 3rd fret on the G string. And he does pick, down, down, up. You'll notice I wrote some subtleties in what strings to hit. It's not super important here. Just making that last one bigger. Pick, down, down, up. The measure 26 is pick, down, up. But on that up, we lift the pinky to make it a normal C chord. And then we hit the 4th string alone and then the 3rd string alone. And I'm doing down, up. So we have 2 single note hits at the end of that measure. 2, 3, pick, down, up. Sorry, 2, 3, pinky down first. Then lift it. And then pick it. then the whole verse would repeat, and we get a lot of that in this song. So you got your tab that was free to download at mikesmusicmethod.com. The start of the verse is measure 11, so you go back to measure 11, take it all the way to 23, but instead of doing that first ending in 24, you go to the second ending, which is in measure 27. We got a C chord. I'm hitting open on the D string, so it's like a C sus2 chord here. We got the 5th string open, down, up, then we hammer it back into the 2nd fret, and it's pick, down, up. So open, down, up, hammer, down, up. Then 29 back to the C. Sorry, it's C, down, up. I love that. We got the 5th fret, down, up, 6th string, up. I love the C with the E in the bass. My student and buddy Tom was just asking about that. You don't often like do a cowboy walk to that E, right? The E's in the chord, but you do these cool like. That low E on the C chord can be so beautiful. So anyways, 29 again. 1, 2, 3. And you could call it a day. That's basically the whole song, but I'm going to give you a little variation that Townes does. We'll kind of breeze through this, and then we'll talk about singing it and get to the slow run-throughs. So check out measure 30. Basically the same as the verse, but slightly different. So we got an F chord here, pick, down, up, pick, down, up. Easy enough. Next measure, we're just quickly walking 4th, 3rd. Got it. 33, we do a hammer on that F chord on the 3rd string. So I'm doing the hammer, down, up. And then the next measure, it's up to you, but once in a while he's holding it longer going into measure 34. So it's like hammer, 2, 3, and miss, 2, 3, and. So it's just a little more sparse. Hammer, miss, down, up. Then in 35, back to a C. Down, up. 36, got that hammer again. I think that was exactly the same. 37. With that pinky on the last one there. Pick, down, up, pick, down, up. 38, keep it down. 39 is just a G. This is a little different here in 40. Sorry. I love this part. So simple from the G to G7, but his strumming is so light and the guitar sounds so cool here, even though it's like basic cowboy chords 101. So check this out. We're doing 6-3 on a G chord. And I'm picking down, up, then I'm strumming down, and then I'm doing down, up, but on that up, I'm going to a G7. So that 3rd fret's going to the 1st. So it's pick, up, down, up, pick, up, strum. Love it. And then 41, we finish that G7 idea with 6-3, down, up. So same idea, but we just stay on the G7. 6-3, down, up. 40 and 41 together. 2, 3. Cool walk again. And I swear sometimes in the song, I think the first time, like, I'm not hearing the higher notes. He's just keeping it really sparse. Other times, Townes is a little more excited. Does that, and then into 43. And then here I have 2 other endings as well, because I think this song is, 4 verses, 5 verses? So the first time he ends it, we've seen this before, it's that C sus. Pick, down, up, then you go into 45 with the hammer on again. And again, I know how to do these rhythms because I'm looking at the little bars underneath the tab, right? Anytime they're connected, they're 8th notes, 1 and, then just one bar means B2, then 3 and. So it makes it really easy to look at the tab and know. Otherwise, like, whatever, you will eventually get a feel for it, and we'll talk about all that in a minute. Let's finish this though. So measure 46, this cool part again, pick, down, up, 6, up. And then that would repeat, right? You can choose to do the verse how we did in the beginning, or do that alternate verse we just talked about starting on measure 31. So that would all repeat to 41, 42, 43, but then again, instead of the first ending, right, every other time he ends it differently. Even though in the tab, this looks almost identical. After we finish measure 46, we go back to 31. So you notice I wrote out two kind of different verses. One is that variation on that G. Right, he does that instead of the hammer-on pull-off thing. But also, a few times, it's kind of weird when he sneaks in that C7. It's a little bit, I don't want to say unexpected, but you know what I mean? There's like two different kind of verses. One has that C7, the other doesn't. Anyway, so what I'm getting to is we would repeat that whole thing again from 31. Then there is yet a final verse, but what we do for that, again, the tab is free to download at mikesmusicmethod.com. We would go back to measure 11. We would do measure 11 all the way through the verse again with the first ending. Then it would repeat, but this time we would go to the coda. So we'd go from 11 to 22, and then the song ends in the coda on the word rain, and that takes us to measure 49. So let's take a look at 49. We've seen it before. It's just a C chord, pick, down, down, up to the F, right? Then the F is 6, 3, down, down, up. That up is back to the C. And then we hit the big one. We've seen all that before. So congrats. That is it. We'll talk about song flow and singing it and how to approach learning it, and we'll do the slow run-throughs. All right, let's sing and play this thing together. Just like when you practice the guitar, you focus, you do one thing at a time, same thing when you're singing and playing. We gotta go slow and be very deliberate about what we're doing. So step one, to clear up the tab, I know that was a lot of stuff, but the chords are straightforward. It's C, F, and G. So let's just follow along with the chord chart, only doing down strums. This is going to do several things. One is it's just going to teach our left hand and our kind of give us the intuition for when the chords change, because you don't want to always be looking at a chord chart. So we're going to play through it, get a feel for when the chords change, but also we're going to sing it with the ease of just doing 1, 2, 3. If you can't sing it just strumming 1, 2, 3, there's no way you're going to be able to do all that fancy picking and sing it. So start simple, practice that way. Here is, boop, my chord chart. I'll make that downloadable with the tab as well, because when you go to Ultimate Guitar, it's not right, and you don't have the count in there. So use my, feel free to download mine with the tab at the website, mikesmusicmethod.com. So let's just take it from the C. I'm gonna do pick, down, down, pick, down, down. If that's too easy, you can alternate the picks. Maybe you can catch some of the walks, but for now, 1, 2, 3 is all that we're chasing, and we're focusing on singing. Well, don't you take it too bad. Feeling unloving, if you're feeling unfeeling, if you're feeling alone, don't you take it too bad, 'cause it ain't you to blame, babe. Well, it's only a game made out of all of this living that we've got left to do. So my brain just calls that like the first verse, I guess, and that has the C7 in it. Then we go to the second verse, which is different. It doesn't have the C7. Again, I don't know how your brain wants to frame this, but that's kind of how I'm hearing it, those 5 lines. Whatever. Then we go to this next part. And if you go searching for rhyme or for reason, then you won't have the time, G7, that it takes just for talking about the places you've been, babe. faces you've seen, babe, and how soft the time flies past your window at night. Then it goes back to third verse is kind of like the first in the sense that it has that C7, but a different ending. So let's do the last one. And we just can't have that girl, 'cause it's a sad, lonesome, cold world, and a man needs a woman, G7, to stand by his side and whisper sweet words in his ears about daydreams. Watch the melody in roses and playthings, and the sweetness of springtime, and the sound of the rain. That's the idea. Follow the chord chart, then double back, make note of in the tab where some of the fills are, and slowly piece it together. It's always nice to have an easy version. You can already campfire and play it for other people. But then over time, you're getting more of the nuances of the strumming and the picking patterns, and you're going to start to insert them in there. I think that is a way healthier way to go about playing. You don't want to burn yourself out trying to get the tab super accurate, when like Joe Schmo, who's been playing the guitar for 2 months, can pick up the guitar and probably play through the song. So make sure you're you're starting at that level. Give yourself the pleasure of being able to just strum 1, 2, 3 and play the song. Build on it from there. Slow run-throughs. Let's do just the intro up to measure 10 here. Remember, there's a pickup, so we start on beat 3. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and slow run through of the verse. So we're gonna do the pickup in 10, take it nice and slow. 1, 2, and 3, and F. That time. Second ending. Now remember, what I'm calling the second verse is a bit different, and if you go searching, and that will start from 31. 1, 2, 3. So we go back to the top, do another verse, first ending, and then the very final time, we're going to jump to the coda. So we're still going to start at measure 11. This is about daydreams, roses and playthings. And then here we jump to the coda. Sorry, I'm not there. All the way in measure 49. In the sound of the rain. Hope y'all bore with me on that one. I need to rehearse this thing. I can kind of wing it, but when I'm actually trying to play the tab and do it slow, you can tell I'm not very good at it. So we're learning together. We're practicing together. Until next time, guys, keep picking. Happy picking. Catch you next time. Woo!